Welcome to another exciting episode of Doug's Electronic Repair Bench.
Good evening again, YouTube. What you're looking at on the screen now is a picture of the underside chassis of the $5 Zenith radio that I bought, the second one. The area in question is the area around T6 and T2. In the last video, we kind of left off at that the pin 1 and 4 had to be the ones that were outlined on the screen. That's true, but there's no way of making that match the schematic. So I worked it out every way from Friday, and this is why I'm having such a problem with it. The problem is that the schematic is wrong. Pin 1 and 4 of T6 is reversed on the schematic. So basically it should look like this, and I traced all the wires out and everything like that, and basically this is what I came up with. So if you see the labeled or annotated picture here up on screen now, that's the way it's wired, and that's the way the schematic reads, and that's the way it is. In fact, the circuit is. I mean, there's no not denying the schematic is just plain wrong. And like I said, it's not a big deal. I mean, as far as, you know, somebody troubleshooting it probably, but when you're trying to, you know, match up the coils, the winding for the primary and the secondary of the transformer, it's very important, because it doesn't make any sense. It doesn't match. So anyway, knowing this, we can now go on the assumption of we know where all the pins are at, and we just need to match those up with the different coils and where they were hooked up to prior to me taking it out. So without too much further ado, let me get into that here. Back with you again. We're looking at the picture of the transformer T6 that I took when I first got it out. Took several pictures, and some of these are captured from the video I took, but you can see the wires coming from the coil there to the pins, and then if we extrapolate that's a good word, from this next picture what the pin out is, we can see that this is going to mean that the pinouts for that thing I'm holding there, the transformer I'm holding, is going to be 1 and 3 right there. So that's a good start, and we can look at it a little closer. And if we look at it a little closer, we're going to see a double green wire there. That's I don't know exactly why there's 2 wires. I haven't figured that part out yet, but there seems to be 2 wires that go to each terminal, and I can only assume that the wires are just doubled up for some reason. But anyway, if you look at the next picture, it's a little closer, you can see there's definitely 2 wires there. Now, I don't know how well you can see it, but that appears to like loop around on the top of that, next to that green coil, and when it comes back down, it appears to go to the other side as well. So from this, I think we can almost assume that pin 1 and 3 is the green coil, and so that leaves by deduction the other coil would be, as I was saying, that means the other coil runs between pins 2 and 4, and that would be the copper colored coil. Alright, lastly, you can see in this next picture that the copper colored coil, or the copper colored wire, is a double wire 2, and it runs from pin 2 up to the copper coil, and then once it gets to the copper coil, it goes down the other side to the pin number 4. So that's pretty obvious that those are the way that it connects, and it should be an easy job from here to finish it out and compare it to what I have and go from there. But for now, we're going to stop this here, and we'll work on it a little bit more and see what I can come up with.